It started in a place nobody wanted to remember. A small, broken house at the edge of a forgotten street, where dreams were not discussed because survival was the only language spoken. His name was Ethan Carter, and to the world, he was nobody. No expensive clothes, no fancy school, no friends waiting for him after class. Just silence, heavy silence, the kind that sits on your chest and makes you feel like you don't exist. Every morning, Ethan would walk to school with worn-out shoes, feeling the ground through every step, while watching other kids laugh in groups like life had already chosen them. And him? Life had chosen nothing for him. Teachers barely noticed him. Classmates forgot his name. Even when he spoke, it felt like his voice didn't land anywhere, like the world was allergic to his existence. At home, things were even quieter. His father worked late nights and came back exhausted. His mother tried her best, but best was never enough when bills kept arriving like storms that never stopped. One night, Ethan overheard something that changed him. His mother whispering, "We can't afford his dreams anymore." That sentence didn't just hurt him, it stayed inside him, like a crack forming in something already fragile. That night, Ethan didn't cry loudly. He just stared at the ceiling, eyes open, heart awake in a way that felt dangerous, because something inside him shifted. Not hope, not motivation, something deeper, a decision. From that day on, Ethan became invisible on purpose. While others played, he worked. While others rested, he studied. While others lived loudly, he lived quietly, but intensely. People started calling him strange. Why is he always alone? Does he even talk? But they didn't understand. Ethan wasn't avoiding life, he was building one. Days turned into months. Months turned into a cycle. Rejection became normal. Failure became routine. But something unexpected started happening. The boy who had nothing started learning everything. Books became his escape. Night became his teacher. Pain became his fuel. Still, life didn't stop testing him. One day in school, a group of students surrounded him. One of them laughed. "Bro, you think you're gonna become someone? Look at you." The words hit hard. Everyone laughed, and Ethan said nothing. Not because he had no answer, but because he was saving it for later. That night, he looked into a cracked mirror at home. For a moment, he didn't recognize himself. Tired eyes, quiet face, heavy silence. And he asked himself something brutal. If nobody believes in me, why should I? The room stayed silent, but inside him, something answered. Because if you don't, no one ever will. That was the turning point. Not loud, not dramatic, just final. Years passed. Ethan kept going, even when nothing changed, even when progress was invisible, even when quitting felt logical. He kept going anyway. And then came the day everything shifted. A small online project he had been working on at night, something nobody knew about, something he built alone with broken confidence and endless effort. It went live. At first, nothing. No views, no attention, just silence again. But then, one share, then 10, then 1,000, and suddenly the boy who was invisible was everywhere. People started asking, who is he? Where did he come from? The same faces that once laughed at him now searched for him. The same voices that doubted him now spoke his name with curiosity. And Ethan? He didn't celebrate loudly. He just sat in silence, like he always did. But this time, the silence felt different. It wasn't emptiness anymore. It was arrival. Because success didn't change him, it revealed him. Years later, standing in a place far from where he started, Ethan finally understood something powerful. He was never invisible.
he was just early. And the world only notices you when it's finally ready to see what you built in silence. His story wasn't about talent, it wasn't about luck, it was about the nights he didn't quit, the days he kept going without reward, the moments when giving up would have made sense, but he didn't choose sense, he chose himself. And if you listen closely to his journey, there's only one lesson echoing through every moment. You don't need the world to believe you at the start. You just need to keep going long enough for the world to have no choice but to believe you later. Because sometimes the boy who has nothing becomes the reason everyone else starts believing in possibility again. And before the story ends, there's one quiet truth Ethan would never say out loud. He was never chasing success. He was escaping the version of himself that gave up. And that's why he won.